Hi, Prof. I'll be giving my practicum report presentation. My internship was with Hewlett Packard. I started on the 21st of February till today and will be ongoing till the 30th of June. For today's presentation, I would like to go through the department that I'm in, what we do, and the people that make up the department. The internship projects that I've been involved with, I'll be highlighting two. One is a mobile application. The other one is a Net Promoter Score survey tool. And the last one, I'll be talking about my social experience as well as give a summary for my thoughts with regards to this internship. An introduction to HP. HP is a computer and computing device manufacturer. It produces both computing products, which is the laptops and PCs, as well as peripherals, of which the printer is the most famous. But of course, they include mouse and other types of peripherals. The business unit that I'm in is the ink supplies operations unit. And the team resides within the Smart Manufacturing Application and Research Center, SMART for short, and they primarily do data analytics. So the team is known as the data analytics team. There are 11 people within the team and 4 interns, 2 from NTU and 2 from NUS. Of the 11 PACs, full-time staff, they consist of project managers, data scientists, system integration engineers, and a few other roles that I'm not directly in contact with. Our working mode is primarily remote, but we do have bi-weekly whiteboarding sessions. I'll talk about them later, as well as either weekly or twice weekly stand-up meetings, depending on the project that I'm involved in. The first project that I participated in is this clean room audit tool. Now, clean rooms are highly controlled environments, and from time to time, auditors will have to go into these clean rooms to ensure that the audit standards are maintained, that the clean room is keeping up to these standards. During these audits, auditors are unable to use laptops to key in their findings. Instead, they rely on traditional stationery, for example, pen and paper, to conduct the audit. This is because laptops may contain particles or dust that might contaminate the clean room environment. Now, our objective was to create a clean room audit tool that was available on a mobile device that permits the auditors to go into the clean room, to click on their respective audits, complete them, and provide the audit findings in a mobile application software. And this is allowed because mobile phones are permitted into a clean room environment if placed in a Ziploc bag. And currently we have completed this application development, and we are undergoing user training and initial audit testing to see whether the tool works for their environment and to tweak the tool if necessary. My personal takeaways from project 1 is to learn how to be a self-directed learner, to go to and find different ways of learning on the internet. This was because PowerFX was not something that was actively being used by the team at that time, as well as it's not really covered in our course syllabus because it's a low-code kind of environment. However, I also understood that I had to frequently touch base with the project manager and the tech lead on the project progress, tell them and update them and sound out if I'm stuck or if I am unable to continue with the project, and then they will find solutions for it. I also learned how to keep organized notes on my learnings because learning can be incremental. One of the ways in which I learned was to go onto one of the Microsoft online digital platforms, and the learning there was course-based in the curriculum, and I had to take notes so that I don't forget something that might come up in the future. And what I liked about this project was that I saw an end-to-end flow of the project from its inception to its conclusion. And Currently, I'm helping the organization to improve future onboarding for interns by building out a documentation for Power Apps and Power Flow. And this uses all my documented findings from Microsoft Learn as well as from Microsoft Power Effects formula documentation. The second project that I was involved with was this unit testing for Net Promoter Score survey. This is a natural language processing machine learning tool that was developed by the data analytics team. Now, the problem was that before we sign off for any application for final deployment, we need to ensure that the code base is robust. This allows us to have confidence that this code release is stable and that future feature improvements can count on this code base as a source of truth or a datum. The objective of this project was to use the PyTest framework to perform unit testing on existing Net Promoter Score survey code base and to ensure that the test cases can attain the required coverage. So coverage is basically to cover all the edge cases that a code base might have, all the if cases, all the while loops that resides within the code base has to be covered. And this after this unit test has been completed, we can then hand it over for deployment and systems integration. Currently, this project is ongoing at the point of this presentation, but I should be able to finish it by the end of the internship. Now, my personal takeaways from project 2, I feel that it's more analytics related. I learned the importance of unit tests and their role in application development and testing. I understood how to perform unit tests on code base. I understood how to use Conda, which is one of the ways in which we can virtualize an environment for use for further deployments. I understand how to format code using the code formatter Black and to write production-ready code in a way that future development or future testers who come back and want to improve on the code base is able to understand and read my code quickly. I understood how to use Git to collaborate with other developers to raise issues and to perform Git actions to contribute to the code base. I also better understood object-oriented programming concepts and assertion methods. Lastly, while my internship experience has largely been remote, from time to time the interns organize a code together where we can come to the office to experience what it's like working at HP. HP is gradually moving towards remote work, as in HP is currently remote by default, but it's encouraging workers to come back. And so from time to time, we will try to organize coding or group work together in this setting. From an internship point of view, HP also organizes meet and greet for the new interns. So there will be one at the end of the month where I will be able to share about my experience to the incoming batch of interns who will be interning at HP. Lastly, I'd like to summarize what I appreciate about my internship at HP. First, I like the bi-weekly whiteboarding sessions where I get a chance to interact with current data scientists and they will come and present about their projects as well as cover some basic machine learning models or theories. The second thing that I appreciated about HP was that it had regular project stand-ups. Even though we were working remotely, I never felt that I was doing the project alone. I could always reach out to somebody on Teams or via a quick Zoom call to for them to understand where my issues are and to quickly resolve them so that we don't get delayed for releasing code. Project management and collaboration via industry standard code collaboration software. So in school, we don't really use Git a lot, but here we use Git quite regularly, and I thought that that was quite a good way to manage the code base. Also, from a project management point of view, we use Kanban boards as well as to track the project critical path to know which item has to be done before another item can in order not to impede another item. Lastly, I also appreciated maintaining good code style and formatting. As mentioned, we use Black for our code processing. Lastly, I also get to integrate Microsoft products such as Power Apps, SharePoints to quickly build up applications. And I also learned how to use the CI/CD cycle to produce feature-rich applications at a fast cadence. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your time.